What is going on, guys? Bisectatron here, bringing you guys today's live attack video. Town Hall 11. As you guys know, I've been loving Dragbat at Town Hall 11 and Town Hall 10, but I want to focus on Town Hall 11 today because it's at that Town Hall level where, unlike Town Hall 10, it's a little more difficult to execute. It takes a lot of planning, a lot of base identification. Not going to work on every base. I've been using it exclusively though. I'm on a 3 attack 3-star streak, so this will be number 4, trying to get another 6 for 6 18-star war between my 3 accounts again, hopefully. So far so good, but this can be a bit of a different live attack. I'm going to show my first hit in this war, just kind of give you guys the breakdown, then I'm going to show you my plan for the second attack, then I'm going to execute that. So this way you'll get to see 2 different bases and get an idea of how each base was approached, and you'll get to see one of those attacks go on in this video live. Okay, so looking at this base, one thing, the reason I chose it for the first attack, because there's plenty of bases to choose from, you have the Inferno Tower touching the Wizard Tower. Big, good sign for Dragbat. Not necessarily needed, but it definitely helps. So that right away tells me I'm gonna do Rage, Freeze, Bats directly on one of those. Thing is, there's a Wizard Tower kind of shadowing next to the Inferno Tower, so how are we gonna deal with that? Well, you can use, like I said, you have tools. You can use the Queen, you can use an Ice Golem, you can use the Slammer, you can use balloons. Lots of different tools for dealing with these extra Wizard Towers. I used the Stone Slammer here on the back end. So, okay, Stone Slammer will tank this Wizard Tower and take it out eventually. Freeze Rage on here. Now, is there a way I can take out the Eagle with my dragons, as well as a lot of like the other splash, like the other Inferno Tower, the Wizard Towers? And yes, if I come from this angle around this area from like 10 o'clock, 9 o'clock-ish, the Eagle is in a decent path, because typically you want to get the Eagle taken out with your dragons. The Bats can also help, and that's kind of what happened in this attack, as you guys will see. So then it's okay, can I create a good funnel for my dragons, at least initially? They can spread out later on, but initially can they all go into the base? Well, yeah, we can use the King Queen up here, and then just the baby dragon funnel down here. So that was pretty much it. Let's take a look at the attack. Go at ×2 speed just for sake of time for this video, don't want it to run too long. But yeah, minion down to funnel my heroes, and then a Tesla farm pops up, so I wasted all my balloons, not the best idea. But it's okay, the baby dragon does a decent job getting that outer layer taken out at least. Heroes come in, and then they create their part of the funnel. Queen takes out the air defense. Use a Lava Hound because there's another air defense pretty deep in the base here. Have the Rage for the dragons, so they're going to move in right here. And yeah, you'll see, okay, let me go a little slower now. You got the Stone Slammer tanking this back end Wizard Tower, Rage, Freeze, Bats, that's going to be plenty to get that taken out. And then from there, this Wizard Tower was also in the path of the dragons. They kind of split down south because the funnel wasn't as good down there, but the Bats are happy to come up and help with that Eagle. Dragons are also there to do some work as well. All that's left is pretty much the Queen. The Bats will take out this entire top part of the base because there's no splash up there, and we're good to go. Extra Freeze, which will drop in the dirt. Stone Slammer is still up, Bats are still up, ton of dragons still up. Good to go. So let me back out. Don't want to waste too much time there. Show you guys the plan for number 9, which will be my second attack on this account. Okay, so looking at this base, one thing is it's a little trickier, but we can freeze these 2 together. So I'm going to do Bats here with the Rage Freeze deployment, and then I want to come at the other Inferno with my dragons. So I'm going to come over on this side. The plan is to use my King and Queen here over at 3 o'clock, and then I'm going to use a baby dragon and a balloon here, just so my Queen doesn't wander down. I want her to step up and take out that Wizard Tower, do a better job creating the funnel. So I'm going to drop my baby dragon balloon in this area. And then for the other side of the funnel, I'm going to use the Stone Slammer just because there's no Wizard Towers here that otherwise have to be, that I have to use the tank for. So I'm using the Stone Slammer actually as a funnel instead of a Wizard Tower Assassin or something like that. So we're going to go with a Lava Hound to tank this air defense, Stone Slammer coming in, a balloon there to take out that mortar. I'll deploy the Lava Hound up around here, put a Wizard on the Town Hall at the beginning, then send the Dragons in here. No Lava Hound for that air defense. I'm using my one Lava Hound here. I think it's better to help tank for the Stone Slammer. The Dragons will be okay. I'll rage them up. They'll take out the air defense pretty quickly, I think. And the rage will help them get through this sweeper. And then the Queen should pull them in. I think there's a good chance they'll take out the Eagle. Now there are going to be these back-end air defenses, but here's the thing: we have the bats coming in here, and they should just go right around the base towards the bottom. Ice Golem to tank that Archer Tower. I think we're good to go, guys. Have an extra freeze just in case I either miss one of these or I have to freeze like this Wizard Tower or even this Wizard Tower for whatever reason. So it's just good to have the extra freeze. When sometimes, it's a fresh attack, you don't know what's going to happen. But anyway, sounds good. Let me make sure I have the correct troops. Just going to back out for a second. Looks like we got some various live action going on. Yep. Everything looks pretty good. Got the troops, got the spells. Heroes are up, and we got everything donated to us. Let's go ahead and give it a try. Trying to keep the streak alive, guys. Huge, probably the biggest 3-star streak I've ever been on in my Clash career, at least recently. So, trying to keep it going. Just gotta remember we're doing Wizard first, Wizard and a Minion too probably, King, Queen, Loon, Baby Dragon, and then Hound, 2 Loons, Slammer. Good to have those early steps in your head. Okay. Here we go. Start off with our Wizard, Minion, and then we're going to put the King right there. Let him start walking. Queen. Okay, that goes down. Hound, Loon, Slammer, Dragon. Dragon's Queen ability. Warden. Get our rage down. Warden's ability, Rage, Freeze, Bats. Let's get this back end Ice Golem. Looking decent, not as strong as other attacks have, but we have a lot of bats. Get this freeze ready. Ooh, we're a little bit short, guys. This might be, yeah, I think time's gonna get us here. Only 68% of the base is down. I don't know, late on bats, maybe. Should have used the Warden's ability earlier, maybe. I was hesitant to use it just because the air defense was gonna go down, and that was really the only major threat I saw in the area. So we'll take a look at the replay. This one, yeah, this one's definitely not going to go for a triple, unfortunately. So the triple train is going to come to a screeching halt here, but hopefully it was an attack you guys can learn from, and I'll try to see what I can learn from as we get into the replay as soon as things get cleaned up here. Probably get up to about 90, maybe a little below 90%. So yeah, my first thoughts are maybe the timing was off a little bit. I think the plan was decent. I think it could have worked. We saw, I mean, if there were a few more of them, if we had a little bit more juice, we might have gotten farther. The Stone Slammer might have been too early relative to the Dragons. I think it was a timing thing, timing all the different parts of this attack. It's a very sequence-driven attack. So let's go ahead and fast forward through this. We have everything going down here. King, Queen, Baby Dragon, maybe excessive using the Baby Dragon there, but I just wanted to push everything in. So it looks like the heroes, I mean the King gets kind of weird there sitting on the wall, but it's not a big deal. He's still tanking for the Queen pretty well. She will step up and get this air defense. Other side we have Skelly spell, or a bunch of Skelly traps come out, as well as some archers. So lots of little stuff on the Stone Slammer there, but it does come in, it gets that air defense. I was a little worried, and I'll have to see what this Wizard Tower did, because I noticed in the attack actually, then I kind of forgot about it later. But when I saw the Slammer break in towards the Sweeper, I did notice that, and maybe I should have been a little more careful, maybe even use the Ice Golem right here on this Tesla even. That might not have been a bad idea. The Dragons, there's still quite a few of them. Looks like, 6 Dragons still alive. Right here, I wanted to try to get a few of those balloons. The Warden didn't quite touch them. I wanted to get them in the Warden's ability. A split second later, would have saved another balloon or two. But that's not a big deal. So at this point, and also there's a dragon on this Wizard Tower, so maybe this just didn't have the juice. You can see the air defenses are starting to get some shots off here. Would have been nice if the bats were already coming through. But once they get out of this rage spell, guys, I think they just kind of peter out too much here. Nothing coming down, tanking any of this stuff here. And the bats did come through. I thought, for a second, this might be able to work out, but there's just, 6, 7 buildings all right around here, and that was a terrible freeze. Only got that Wizard Tower, it looks like. So that was, but it didn't matter at that point. Yeah, I guess, tough break on this one. It's hard to point at really one thing after watching the replay, but I think the plan was decent. I think I wouldn't say that was bad base identification necessarily, but anyway, still doing good this war, and you can see we're exactly tied right now. I'm not sure if we're truly tied, but in terms of what you see there, 19 hits, 37 stars for both sides. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching this video. If you're still hanging out towards the end, if you haven't tuned out yet, you might notice I have a new background. Since the last live attack video, I'm in Cocoa Beach, Florida, and unfortunately, as soon as I move here, we have a hurricane coming, so I'm going to be actually having to evacuate where I am and going inland, so not going to have a video probably for a little while after this, but assuming we don't get smacked too hard, I will be back with some more content relatively soon, so my Patreon patrons should be aware of that as well. Oh, take a look at my base. No, let's not take a look at my base. I almost showed it for a second. Yeah, I'll keep that private for now. But anyway, thanks for watching, guys. And if you are in Florida as well, stay safe. Otherwise, I'll see you guys a little bit later. Bisectatron out.